Today we're going to definitely be talking about this whole situation with the Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, Izzy Martinez coming up with this new federation that they're talking about launching somewhere, I believe, this year. Um, and to me, when I heard about that, I found it kind of ridiculous that here we go. Here's Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan getting together to do some type of wrestling promotion, talking about freestyle type of wrestling promotion. So I don't know where they're going with this because at the end of the day, the way I look at it, um, they are trying to compete with WWE and AEW, especially after what happened, with AEW surpassing um, Nitro for the longest watch show in TBS and TNT. So they're gonna go and do something. I figured, well, you know what? Bischoff is gonna go and he can again and give Tony Khan his props for having this longest show in TBS and TNT and whatnot and surpassing Nitro. But here we go, 2 weeks later or a week later, here comes Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan, you know, coming up with this ridiculous promotion that they're planning to do. And at the end of the day, I'm just like thinking like, okay, uh, what are these people doing in reality? Um, because I'm like, I mean, what is this promotion all about? So I did my research and whatnot, and supposedly the Hogan and Bischoff, well, first they did this thing. I don't know, it was a commercial, whatever, online. I really didn't follow it. It was Bischoff and Hogan saying they have a third guy, a third member, just like when NWO first came out and whatnot, and they decided that hey, we're gonna go and make it, you know, people wonder, oh, who's gonna be the third guy who's gonna be joining to do whatever uh, uh, you know, adventure that they have right now. And they pretty much announced Izzy Martinez. I never heard of this Izzy Martinez, so so I did my research again. Like I said, Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff announced that Israel Izzy Martinez is the third man and to launch the Real American Freestyle Wrestling. Now, when I read that, I was like, you guys have got to be kidding me, right? Are they coming now to do this, create this promotion now to compete against WWE and AEW, or are they targeting AEW just to, pretty much being that Hogan and Bischoff are in the graces of WWE and, their status? Are they getting together for this? But then when I read this, it says Real American Freestyle Wrestling. Now, this Real American crap, when it comes to Hogan, we all know he's a bigot. And whoever's online right now, I would like you to please hit that thumbs up. I appreciate it. But again, for have Hogan talking about this Real American Freestyle Wrestling, it's the same thing with his Real American Beat. And if you all guys remember when they did the Real American Beat where he was promoting him with WWE, he got booed out of the building. And what happened that night when he got booed out of the building, that was the Netflix premiere. He pretty much, people were like defending him. Like some people like, oh, if it wasn't for Hulk Hogan, there would be no wrestling. I give him that. But the way Hogan's been the last couple of years, he talks about, I mean, I read something that he claims that he's buddy with Chris Jericho. He's coming up with stories that Dr. D. David Shaw was the guy who was supposed to be part of WrestleMania Night 1. When in reality, that's not true because David Shaw was kicked out of the WWE after he slapped the reporter from Channel 7 back in 1985. So I don't know, you can't trust Hogan with anything. But anyway, from what I'm reading here is that Martinez is a long-time freestyle wrestling coach who has coached multiple NCAA All-American and UFC fighters like John Jones, Holly Holmes, and Yair Rodriguez. You know? And to me, I'm like, okay, what are these guys really trying to do? Are they doing now in promotion where it's only going to be freestyle wrestling, and how much people watch freestyle wrestling on TV. Because I'm sure they're going to try to put this on TV some way, somehow. And just because, we're talking about Hogan and his big ego, he's going to want to be on TV. He's going to try to take it to big TV and whatnot. But once I saw this, I think it was yesterday, I started saying, okay, what these guys are up to? Freestyle wrestling, is it going to be freestyle and pro wrestling? What's it going to be? But then, already, Real American Freestyle is holding their first event on August 30th. Now, and this is coming from Fightful Select. They claim more details on the Real American Freestyle. On Wednesday, Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff announced Real American Freestyle Wrestling. The AP announced the first event will be held August 30th in Cleveland, Ohio. Now, according to Hogan, Kennedy Blaze will be the face of the women's division, which lets me to believe that this is not really a freestyle. It's going to be pro wrestling. Women's division. Sahid Valencia and Ben Ashman have agreed to participate on the men's side. Hogan said Wyatt Hendrickson and Gabriel Stevens are possible additions. And once I saw this freestyle thing, I said, Gabe Stevenson is going to be part of this. Because he's a freestyle. He didn't make it in WWE, but this is, to me, this sounds like some clown shit. You know what I'm saying? Hogan considers the new league as an alternative to pro wrestling. An alternative, which means it's not really going to be pro wrestling. It's going to be more like freestyle wrestling. And Bischoff is the chief media officer. Izzy Martinez is the chief operating officer. Now let's be real. Well, what is this shit Hogan's coming up to Eric Bischoff? Okay, Hogan's Real American beer served as the title sponsor. Why I'm not surprised? Why I'm not surprised that his American beer is the sponsor. Okay, Chad Bronstein is the co-founder and president of Left Lane Capital, which has backed Gerald Pick's Kings League, Shaun White's Snow League, and League One Volleyball, among other things. Has added this to the list of ventures. Cassius is another sponsor. Okay, he said the idea was so exciting that I get a chance to be involved with all these young people and help guide them in any way, especially to make them huge stars and create future for them. Hogan said. Well, maybe a couple of years ago, you would have thought Hogan, because of what he has done for the business, you'd be like, oh, this is great because of his name. Well, Hogan lately has been in the freaking garbage can as of late, okay? Constantly lying. Has sex with his best friend's wife, and the whole Gawker thing, and where he took that company out of business because he got exposed, the N-word, and even though he still got fans, there's still the old school fans, they still think that Hogan's the biggest shit since sliced bread. They still support him, And pretty much he's a bigot, and we all know he's a bigot. A lot of people don't like him because of what he really exposed himself for what it is. But let's be realistic. You know what I'm saying? Let's see Maria Morales. Let's say what's up, some people. Nice look. Thank you, Amira. I'm sorry. Let me see what we have here. Let's see. Okay. So, again, let's go. Like I said, Hogan right now, all he's doing is trying to be part of the wrestling industry because the wrestling industry right now is hot. Okay? You got WWE right now working, just bought AAA. They're dealing with TNA. They're dealing with Noah. Okay? These other people, they're dealing with AEW, is dealing with MLW. They're dealing with New Japan Pro Wrestling. They're dealing with Red Pro, and so on and so on. So now here comes Hulk Hogan. He needs to be part of something. Okay? He needs to be part of something. So here they go and do this. Okay? How far is this going to go? I really don't know. Because in reality, you can't determine if it's going to be pro wrestling or freestyle wrestling. The title says freestyle wrestling. The fact that he's putting the Real American Freestyle right there shows you that you're not going to see. You're not going to see no competitor from out of Russia or China or whatever in there, because this is Real American, quote unquote. Okay, and to me, Hogan right now is just desperate. He's just desperate for some type of attention. Same thing with Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff, of course, he's gonna join Hogan because he's been in Hogan's coattail for years and whatnot, and he's of course gonna join Hogan, and especially now that I'm sure, even though he congratulated Tony Khan for passing Nitro on him and whatnot. Uh, I mean, of course he's gonna join. These guys are looking for exposure. Okay, AEW surpassed Nitro. I'm sure every Bischoff is jealous like hell. He's a bitter man. This man has been bitter for years, been attacking AEW. All of a sudden now, I mean, and and I'm gonna keep reading this because this stuff that Hogan said, which made me laugh, because my man even went as far as to say that he feels that this Real American Freestyle Wrestling could surpass, you ready for this? WWE and UFC. I mean, tell me if these people are not delusional, that they actually think this freestyle promotion, wrestling, is going to work and it's going to attract some of these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make no sense to me that, that he did this. I don't know why. I don't know what he's doing this for. You know what I'm saying? I'm having an issue here with the internet. It's acting up. But he did say he wanted that he feels that it's going to be bigger than UFC and WWE. I don't know what are they planning to do, to be honest, and whatnot. I mean, I don't even know what to say about that, because this, how many people are going to watch this? How many people are going to go to this event on August 30th? How many people are going to deal with that? I mean, I don't get it. I'm trying to get this information right now, and we are live, of course. This Hulk Hogan thing, he feels that it's going to be bigger. And Fightful Select website has gone horrible. I mean, like, you try to get in, you can't get in. It's horrible. I don't know why, but unless it's my internet service, but it's horrible right now. So I can't even get in here. Jesus Christ. But yeah, so he's saying that he thinks that this promotion could be bigger than UFC and WWE. Now, WWE right now, I mean, if AEW has been around for 6 years and they stuff as professional wrestling, they can't top WWE, okay, for a lot of reasons. What makes this guy thinks that he and Eric Bischoff are going to surpass WWE and UFC because of what? Hulk Hogan's name? Hulk Hogan's name is not as valuable as he was before. It wasn't, and it's not, and it will never will after all this stuff that has happened in that last couple of... Eric Bischoff, his reputation as far as him creating, making money for a company, we all know he's not that good neither, okay? Because before he had a backup of Ted Turner, was giving all the money, he could do whatever he want and whatnot. He can't do that no more. You know what I'm saying? He cannot do that no more because he's not going to have a financial backer who's going to go and spend millions of dollars on something that might not even work. It may not even work. You know what I'm saying? So, okay, I got it here. Here we go. He said Hulk Hogan wants American Freestyle Wrestling to be big. Of course he wants to be big. It makes money. The launch of the promotion has been a big talking point in recent days, especially with the involvement of Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff. So, and then, of course, he said, with this first event being held August 30th, fans are interested to see how things will play out for American Wrestling Freestyle Wrestling. While speaking Fox and Friends for a new interview, Hogan said the goal of the promotion to be as big and as bigger than WWE and UFC. Look where he was at in Fox and Friends. Come on. Yes, it is. It's freestyle wrestling, and it's professional now because we get to pay the athlete. Izzy is our linchpin. He has trained all the Olympic athletes, all the NCAA champions, all the college kids that really have made it. He was our source to pull in all these great athletes and get everybody signed. Our goal is not to be competitive with Dana White and the UFC or the WWE, but to be just as big or bigger because this is undeserved market. So basically, what I'm reading here is a wrestling promotion for freestyle wrestling. They might make it big or not, But if they become big, UFC is gonna come in there and take all the freestyle wrestlers. TKO is gonna come in and take all the freestyle wrestlers. But listen, at the end of the day, I'm looking forward for August 30th now to see where this goes. I want to see where this, if this is going to fail, or if this is going to be, it's going to be success. I think, honestly, I feel it's going to fail. The simple fact, Hogan's name right now is not valuable anymore. Maybe we could be talking like 20 years ago. Maybe he would have been something. But let's be realistic. Him and Bischoff, these two guys are known. One, Bischoff, because WCW went to the ground after they were on top, beating WWE for 83 weeks. And because of him, everything went down because he let the inmate run the asylum, and with Hogan, with his creative control, okay? They did the same thing to TNA, okay? And regardless, people say that, Dixie Carter didn't want to do this, didn't want to do that. They were involved and they lost money. They lost a lot of money. And they're known not helping a promotion, but bringing them down. So, we'll see what happens. We'll see definitely what happens. So that's all I got for you guys today. I usually have something better. I just felt like I needed to talk about this because, a lot of people there's people that still support Hulk Hogan, which to me, I'm asking myself why. And I got my reason. But it is what it is. So guys, check out my YouTube channel. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, hit that notification bell, hit that like button. What was online right now, hit that like button. I would appreciate it. And when I also check out my podcast store, tcwr.veryimpressive.com. That's tcwr.veryimpressive.com. We got shirts, we got hats with the Chokeslam Wrestling Report logo on it, so check it out. Summertime, I know I got hoodies, hats, I got everything in there, so you guys can check it out. Again, let me know what you think about this Hulk Hogan, Eric Bischoff, and Izzy Martinez, who I really don't know who the hell it is. But let me know if you think this is going to be successful. I honestly don't think it's going to be successful at all. And I'm not being a troll. I'm just keeping it real. Wrestling right now, everybody's into pro wrestling. Nobody's into freestyle wrestling. Could it make it big here in the United States? Probably, but it's not gonna surpass UFC, and definitely not gonna surpass WWE. And I don't want to hear, oh, it's gonna be better than AEW. Stop. Because if you say that, you're just being a hater, or you're just being a clown. So, but that's it for me today, guys. Again, check out any content that you have missed this week. I talked about Bayley being pulled out at WrestleMania 41, the Joe Hendry situation, where whether they embarrass him or not, being him the TNA champion. Let me know what you think, guys, and I will see you guys over the weekend. Have a good night.